Transitioning from like, your time from Northern Idaho to Eugene to Soul Collector
Mhm.
to then Complex, and now your time at StockX. What does success in your role now look like beyond the engagement metrics or beyond the numbers? Like what would success look like for you, and what are some of the initial goals that you set out for yourself when you took out this role?
Yeah, I think success for me in this role at StockX looks like just being able to bring people together and being able to like give people the space, whether that's like physical space or digital space, to like talk about sneakers and to connect over sneakers, and to really show people like what we do at StockX. Recently we spent a lot of time at our XFC, our verification center, our fulfillment center out in New Jersey, where you could come by there and you can see everything that we do and like
Right.
show people how invested we are in the sneakers thing, and um, how invested we are at like rooting out the suspected inauthentic pairs that come through, and just like how much work we do. It's really cool work, and we have an X-ray machine where we put sneakers into the CT scanning machine and see what they look like on the inside and determine whether or not they're uh, worthy of being verified by us, because we could see way deeper than you would with the naked eye. So being able to show people stuff like that is really important to me too, because like once I got to StockX, I was able to understand the extent to which like people at the company are invested in like protecting sneaker culture in a way. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of fugazi out there, man.
Are you big on that? Can you detect the fake? Like,
No, we have verification experts.
Okay.
I'm not a verification expert. I spent a lot of time with them and I have a great respect for what they do, but like that is not my skill set.
Okay.
And so like, uh, if ever I had a question about that, I would bring it to one of my colleagues, one of our team members at a verification center, at a fulfillment center, and say like, hey, I need to know, is this sneaker legit or not? But me, myself, no.
Okay. And knowing what you know today, all this experience, all this knowledge that you've collected, and sort of like the culture that you've helped build, what are some of the things that you would have told yourself when you first started writing about the culture that you know today? What would you have told the younger version Brendan back in the University of Oregon?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like I wish that I would have arrived sooner to like this mode that I found myself in like mid 2010s, of just like really being able to write in depth, and that like people would care about like in depth storytelling around sneakers. Because, and I'm not like, I have no regrets about like this being my entry point, but like when I first started writing about sneakers, it was very like surface level, 150 word blog post. This shoe is dropping at this time, you can get it then, or like here's some new leaked images of this upcoming Air Jordan Retro, which like that stuff serves a purpose and people like that stuff. But like um the things that I found really rewarding were being able to go a few levels deeper than that, which like it took me a while to arrive at that. So I wish I could have arrived there sooner, because like that stuff
Right.
is so fulfilling and I think important.
And I think going deeper, you need experience, right?
Yeah,
And you were
this
building
is true.
You
Yeah,
need
yeah.
experience to go deeper, right? Like it's
This
sort
is
of
true.
like in anything that we're doing, whether you're law, journalist, whatever it may be, you can only get deeper and ask the more profound and thought-provoking questions as you become more experienced. So I don't think that's something you could hold yourself against.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you could have done more to get more experience earlier on, but it's not like you would have known day one to what thought-provoking questions
True.
you could have asked, right?
True.
Like,
You let me off the hook. I love it.
that's what we're here to do, man. We're here to make everybody look good.
Yeah.
This is my lawyer right now. He's gonna get me off the hook when I really need it.
Yeah,
He's your guy.
I'm your dude, but I'm not a litigation lawyer, so like you have to call somebody else for that. That's a real lawyer.
What would you recommend any young person in high school or in college, if they want to get in this industry and really make an impact? Where would you advise them to start?
I think that I would advise them to start asking questions about like what's not there right now, whether like if they want to cover sneakers from like a content or media perspective, what are people not covering, or what are the stories people aren't telling? And then if they want to make shoes, I think the question is like, what is it that people aren't making, or what is it that's missing? And that may sound like a like basic response, but I do think it's important to be like, oh, what are people like not doing in this space?
Right.